Hello and welcome to Mind Peak. Are you unhappy in your relationship? Do you feel stressed and underappreciated? And is there a lack of empathy between you and your partner? If you answered yes, it could be that you're in a toxic relationship with someone. A toxic relationship is when your partner uses mostly negative behavior to undermine your emotional well-being. The harmful behavior from a toxic person can happen in any type of relationship, such as in a romantic partnership, friendship, family member, or even with someone at work. If you suspect you might be in a toxic relationship and need some guidance, we can help by showing you the 8 common signs of toxic behavior in a relationship. Number 1. Lack of communication. Communication is the foundation upon which all healthy relationships are built. However, if there's a lack of communication, it can be a significant sign of toxicity. When communication begins to break down, you lose the ability to have a meaningful conversation, which can lead to a feeling of disconnection. If you're not able to communicate properly in a relationship, a sense of mistrust may develop, and you may suspect that your partner is withholding information. In every relationship, there can be conflict. However, if you're not able to communicate effectively, it can become difficult to resolve any disagreements. As a result, the relationship may become burdened with unresolved baggage, and you could end up holding resentment toward your partner. For this reason, it's crucial to foster an environment where communication is encouraged and even rewarded. Number 2. Constant criticism. Constant criticism is a strong sign of toxicity within any relationship and can be damaging to your emotional health. If you're on the receiving end of constant criticism, you may begin to resent your partner for making you feel small and inadequate. A common example of being criticized within a relationship is when blame is always passed on to you because of something negative that happened. The purpose of this is to remove any responsibility of wrongdoing and shift the blame over to you without any regard for your feelings. If this type of behavior is left to continue, negative dialogue can then take over as the main form of communication, and the relationship can become toxic. Number 3. Lack of respect. If your partner doesn't respect you, they might not listen or take you seriously, and they think that they can act as they please without consideration for your feelings. You may find that they don't respect your limits and approach the relationship from a self-centered perspective where their needs are always more important. A clear sign of a lack of respect is when they always intrude into your personal space, invade your privacy, and cross emotional boundaries without regard for your feelings. When there's a consistent lack of respect, it may seem as if there's always conflict, and instead of a mutual effort to find a resolution, the focus is always on proving one's point and winning the argument. It's therefore crucial that hostility is avoided and respect is always given, so that healthy dialogue and a mutual understanding can flourish between you. Number 4. Controlling and manipulative behavior. Manipulative behavior is where your partner always seeks to control the relationship by trying to dominate your thoughts and feelings. Toxic people thrive on power and control, and their negative behavior can lead to an imbalance where they actively seek authority in a relationship. Their manipulation is designed to change how you think and feel, and they like to use your own desire to be a good-natured person against you. A common example of how they use manipulation is when they employ gaslighting tactics to change facts or leave out important information when relating a string of events. When you discover what has happened, you may feel shocked to learn that your partner's version of events was carefully crafted to make them look better, while simultaneously casting you in a bad light. Another toxic form of manipulative behavior is when your partner is passive-aggressive toward you and uses the silent treatment as their primary method of communication. When they don't communicate properly, it can leave you in a constant state of confusion, where you're always in doubt and feeling unsure of yourself. If you always have to deal with someone who is controlling and manipulative, it can lead to exhaustion, stress, and even depression. To preserve your emotional health and well-being, it may be worth considering to leave the relationship and seek support from a trusted source. Number 5. Out of balance. A relationship can feel out of balance if one person invests more time, energy, and emotional effort than the other. For example, you may find yourself continually putting in effort but not receiving anything in return. This can then make you feel as if the relationship is not fair or reciprocal. This is a clear sign of toxic behavior because it can lead to anger and leave you feeling emotionally exhausted. When the amount of effort is unfairly shared, you may also feel underappreciated and that you're being taken for granted. Over time, if you continually offer more in every aspect of the relationship, resentment and dissatisfaction toward your partner can build up. If your partner refuses to address the imbalance and becomes complacent, they then run the risk of steering the relationship toward a breaking point. Number 6. Lack of support. In a healthy relationship, partners provide emotional support to offer encouragement and make each other feel valued. However, in a toxic relationship, support can be minimal or even non-existent. So, what does an unsupportive relationship look like? It occurs when your partner refuses to help or support you in moments of need and fails to make you feel as though you can count on them. For example, it could occur when you're in conflict with a colleague at work or with a member of your family and your partner fails to provide the support needed to help you through these challenging moments. When there's a lack of support, it can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, and you may end up resenting your partner for not being there when you needed them most. To help create a healthy environment, your partner should actively listen to your thoughts and concerns and always be available to provide both emotional and physical support in times of need. Number 7. Dishonesty. Dishonesty in a relationship can be a very damaging form of toxicity that can occur in many ways, such as lying, omitting information, and using deception. Generally, a dishonest partner may distort the truth or outright lie to hide facts from you. For instance, they might conceal who they're talking to or not tell you about the activities they're engaging in. This type of behavior can end up eroding trust and create a sense of betrayal if the truth were to be discovered. Addressing this issue requires a commitment to honesty, open communication, and a willingness to acknowledge that dishonesty is unhealthy for the relationship. Number 8. Emotional or physical abuse. One of the worst types of toxic behavior is when someone attempts to dominate a relationship by causing psychological or physical harm to their partner. Abuse of any kind, such as emotional, verbal, or even physical, is a strong sign that a relationship is unhealthy. One of the most common forms of abuse is when your partner uses humiliation and shaming tactics to damage your self-confidence. They may also use intimidation to incite fear, or use verbal abuse such as threats, insults, or criticism as a means to control you. And if their emotional abuse isn't having the desired effect, they may resort to physical violence to achieve their dominance. Abuse of any kind is dangerous because it can cause long-lasting trauma and also affect your ability to build a healthy relationship with someone in the future. When suffering from any kind of emotional or physical abuse, it's crucial to understand that it's never acceptable and is a clear indication of a poisonous relationship. If you're in an abusive relationship, you should consider distancing yourself and seeking support to protect your mental and physical well-being. The toxicity of others often stems from unresolved deep psychological issues, and when they direct their toxicity towards you, it's their misguided way of coping with their own personal trauma. However, regardless of the depth or severity of another person's trauma, no one ever has the right to inflict misery on others because of their own personal issues. If you suspect that you're in a toxic relationship, it's crucial to seek help from friends, family members, or a mental health specialist so that you can begin the healing process. We hope you found it helpful learning about the 8 signs of a toxic relationship. If you would like to share your thoughts, feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!